the way we've done it. You know, we've been great this year. We've won 30 games out of 46. I mean, that's a tall order, but we've done it. We've managed it. We've bounced back when we've had 1 or 2 lows, and you know, we've only lost 5 games all year. And I'm really proud of these players. They've really earned, you know, the accolades. They've earned their medals. They've really earned a special season. They've made it happen. You know, my staff have been outstanding, and we've just had a different feeling about the place this year. So I'm really chuffed for them. It's very rare it happens that teams get into 3 figures, but we're forever in the history books as making it alongside Fulham. Actually, I think we're technically better than them, aren't we, with regards to goals and stuff. So.
I don't think so. I think you're not actually.
Oh, cheers, Kev.
Hey, sell him.
All right, I'm wrong. All right, scrub that off. We've got it. 101, brilliant.
How important was it for you to let Jason Euell come on and play a part in such a big day for the club?
Well, Jason, I brought Jason back. He originally trained with us at the start of the season, but I could see he could make a difference, not only on the field, but just as a man, as a professional. And you know, we managed to sign him for the year, and he was involved in a few games early on. And you know, as the season goes on, he was still in and around us. He went out on loan, but I brought him back. But I just thought today, you know, it was a big moment for us as a club. You know, he's well liked here. With our supporters and in and amongst the players and the staff. And I just thought that he hadn't been involved for a while, and virtually every player had been. So I just thought if it goes right for us today, that you know, I could get him on that pitch and let him play a part, and you know, savour the day, because lads that have played throughout their careers and played a prominent part in your club. I played alongside Jay, and now I'm managing him. I just felt it was right for him to have some minutes and be involved in a special day for us.
Are you already thinking about the championship?
A little bit, yeah, of course. You know, that's my job. You know, I do have to plan and think about how we can get stronger, not only on the field but off it as well. And we need to just carry on in our own way. We can't get carried away. We can't think we're like any other team. Norwich and Southampton, we're Charlton. You know, and it's about us. It's about what we want to do in the future. And I've got a fantastic board and owner that only want the best for this club, and they know how I feel about this club. So I want us to, of course, savour every moment and every minute now. But we're going to be looking forward to it, and you know, we'll see how we get on.
I mean, obviously it's your first managerial job, but do you think it makes such a difference because of your history with the club?
Well, some people think it can be a hindrance, and you know, you should never go back. I've got loads of fond memories at this club as a player. You know, they're really special to me, the times I've had at this club. And when the call came with regards to having an interview and coming back, a lot of people said I shouldn't do it because you could spoil your legacy, but as I said all along, I wanted to enhance it. So I've done that. Obviously I've got to keep that going, and that's not easy in the managerial world, but you know, I'll be working hard to improve as a manager, to improve this football club. And you know, I'm really glad I've done it. You know, it's a special moment, and you know, I'm at the helm, and it's such a great feeling for me and for all our fans. You know, it's a special club, this place, and people may say, well, you would say that because you've played there and you've managed there, but I don't know too many clubs that are like this and been through what we've been through and keep coming back.
You work with Sven. Has he been in touch with you since your success? Has he had anything to say?
No, not yet. I'm sure you know, he'll be watching on with fondness. He's a very good man, a good football man. And I learnt a lot from him and Derek Fazzackley at Leicester. But you know, all the managers I've had over the years, obviously Alan Kirbishley and Alan Pardew I had here and at West Ham. You know, Nigel Pearson, who started me off on the road of coaching and managing. You know, he's the one really who said, you know, I think you can do it, and kept me on at Leicester after winning League One Championship as a player. And he set me off on the road, and you know, I'm on that road, and this is what I've met along the way. You know, and it's a great feeling for me, and you know, I just thank all those guys, Jim Smith, David Webb, years ago, Steve Coppell, my first manager at Palace way back in '86. You know, I look at those guys and never took much notice because I was a player, but as a manager you kind of realise what they went through when they were planning ahead, choosing players. You know, you have to leave out players. It's never easy. People think, oh, just do it. But when you have to actually tell them, and when you have to actually address the players and tell them good news and bad news, not easy, but you have to show leadership. You have to believe in yourself, and go with your gut feeling sometimes, and make them feel good about themselves, and make them feel proud of each other and proud of the club they're playing for. And that's what I've done this year. They've all taken it on board.
Did anybody ever say to you, you're too nice for this?
Too nice?
Yeah.
To manage?
To manage a club?
Yeah, I've heard that before, but you know, I have a way of living my life. I have a way of treating people. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to be someone I'm not. You know, and I've found that over this season that you have to be a pure belief in what you're doing and treat people correctly. You know, you're not always going to give them the news they want, but you don't play for 24 years if you're just too nice. You know, I like treating people with respect, and I've asked the players to do that, and they've done it. You know, and I can only live my life the way I see it, and I can only manage the way I see it. You know, and that's the way I've done it this year. And the players, to a man, have listened to me, listened to my staff, and you know, they've earned this day because of how we've been with them. So, you know, I've got a steely underbelly, no doubt about it. You know, and I've lost my rag only a few times this year. And only when it's called for and when it's deserved. You know, people say, well, you've got to be like that all the time. That's nonsense. You know, you treat the players and make them go out there with belief and understanding that they can do the things they're good at. You know, and you know, I like talking to them. Now, management is a big part of this game, regardless of tactics and coaching. You've got to give them belief to go out there, and they've done it this year, and I'm really proud of myself and my staff, but you know, I'm really proud of my players. I think they've been a real credit to themselves and each other in Charlton Athletic.
Is the goal next season, Chris, to do a Southampton, Norwich? I mean, clubs was talking about.
No, I said earlier, that's what they've done. It's not what we've done, you know, and I can't say I'm going to do that and we're going to do this. You know, we just approached the season how we approached last year, you know, and we'll have our aims about what we want to do. I think after what we've been through the last 6-7 years, I think we have a touch of realism. You know, we've got out of League One, everyone was desperate to get out, and we've done it, and some. But next year's a different year, it's a different season, different teams. And we've just got to go in there and, you know, I think we've got to look to consolidate and get this club back to, you know, championship status, which we've done. And if that happens to be where we are for a year or two or longer, then that's it. If we're in a position of improving and going even further, then we'll deal with that. So I don't want our supporters running away with anything about what other teams have done. Just remember, it's about us and this club.
You mentioned Jason Euell there. I mean, would you like to keep him on next season, Chris, maybe in a coaching capacity? You were given your chance. Have you talked to?
No, I haven't spoken to him and a number of players about next season, but I'll be doing that in the next few days. So, you know, there's a lot of discussion with the players that are coming to the end of their contracts and what we're doing next year.
Okay. How about you? I've got some drinking to do. I think Chris has to. Cheering for Chris.